Bitcoin.org, OTC-Bitcoin.org for large volume OTC Bitcoin deals and Bitcoin fund management, 24-hour active fund management where your Bitcoin is protected and Bitcoin assets increased through trading. What's going on with Korea's FUD right now? Korea just said, CNBC said Korea is going to block all new cryptocurrency. That's a lie. Why would they even lie like that though? CNBC is having the hardest time getting any kind of ratings right now, right? But we're not going to dive into that. Let's dive into the motivation behind why on Friday the Korean government announced that, and it's not all cryptocurrency, it's ICOs that have been blocked. It's options trading that's now banned in Korea. Those are two fantastic things, aren't they? ICOs with their unreliability, it's impossible to know the track record of whoever's developing these ICOs, and it's impossible to stop these guys from dumping the Ethereum that they made, right? So it's a positive thing. It's a great thing for cryptocurrency and Bitcoin in general. But why would they announce these bans on Friday? What was Friday? Well, today is Friday night in Korea. Today is also the first of a monumental, really never be, well, except during the 50s, during the Korean War. What's happening? Why is it so monumental? The Korean Stock Exchange is closed. Never has the Korean Stock Exchange been closed for as long as it will be closed starting now. 10 days. Actually, I'm wrong. I think history tells me that 1950 something, during the Korean War or the Japanese War or Japanese occupation, the Korean stock market was closed for about as long. For 10 days, the Korean stock market is closed starting now. Why is that? Well, it's quite unusual. Koreans celebrate the lunar calendar and the Gregorian calendar, right? And it's really unusual that holidays from both the lunar calendar and the Gregorian calendar would both coincide and land back to back. So first you've got the lunar calendar holidays, which is Chuseok, and then you've got Gregorian calendar holidays, and I forget the name of it, some weird holiday, back to back, creating 3 or 4 or 5 days here, 3 or 4 or 5 days here of pure vacation. And guess what? These vacation days happen to, and these Kospi closing days happen to just land right in between 2 weekends. So starting Friday night, going all the way out to the next weekend, to Sunday night, Kospi is closed. What do you do? What do you do when you tried to sign into your Poloniex account and for 20 minutes you're locked out because you can't remember your password or because Chrome just accidentally messed up your password? What happens when you submit your new ID to Bittrex and Bittrex says, hey, your account's locked for 2 days? 2 days. What do? You get all fidgety. You got to do something, right? You got to trade something. 10 days of closure. Now, it wouldn't be so bad. Are you seeing where I'm going with this? During those 10 days of closure, and Korea being Korea that it is, it's got 5G internet everywhere, Wi-Fi, you can have 300 people in the same subway, metro, train, all using Wi-Fi at the same time, watching video, doing video conferencing, playing video games, multi-user video games, and not have any latency. Just pure bandwidth in Korea. This is the most advanced, technologically, IT-wise, internet-wise advanced civilization in the world. Right up there with Romania and Estonia, I think. What are they going to do for 10 days when Kospi is closed? Where do you think all that money is going to go? This IT, technologically, you don't think they know about Bitcoin? You don't think they know that all they have to do is just spend, what, 2.5 minutes? Is that how long it takes to register to BitThumb? And then pretty soon Upbit, which is already synced with Kakao, which already has your phone number information, which is already partnered with Korean Telecom, which already has your social security number. So you don't even have to apply for Upbit to do trading. All you have to do is click a checkbox that says, hey, I want to trade and bam, your account's already made. It's already linked up to your bank account through Kakao Bank. That's how easy it is to trade cryptocurrency, or will be, in Korea during the next 10 days while Kospi is closed. Are you starting to see what I'm seeing? The massive volume of money in Kospi, it's got to go somewhere. I mean, everyone's so itchy and antsy, it's got to go into cryptocurrency. That's a huge boon for Bitcoin, right? So this was the Bitcoin chart. It's IOP, which I strongly recommend you buy. Bitcoin is just doing this. Why? In anticipation of all the Korean traffic, of all the Korean volume. Korea was 60% of Ethereum's volume. Korea was 60% of Bitcoin Cash's volume. What else is Korea 60% of? Tons of coins that are made or broken in Korea. And now, imagine a chunk of the money from Kospi going out of Kospi, going into cryptocurrency. And that's exactly what Korean legislators did. Why did Korean legislators imagine that? Starting about 2 weeks ago, when North Korea is really, really smart about this, especially the young guy, Kim Jong-un starts launching nukes, and what ends up happening? All the Western investments, all the European, American, Canadian, Australian investors in Samsung, Hyundai, POSCO, they pulled out. You should see the Korean stock market. Korean stock market, it looks worse than Bitcoin. Then, while all this is happening, and because of the North Korean missile FUD, all the money is leaving Korean stock markets. What happens? What ends up happening to Samsung, Hyundai, POSCO, LG, Kia cars? They experience serious valuation problems. They're deleveraged, they're underleveraged, they're undercapitalized, and now they're feeling the squeeze. You see? Now, on top of that, you put in the 10-day period of time where you can't do any trading. Guess what? All the household investors are going to pull their money out and put that in crypto. The Korean parliament, which is basically Senate, cannot stop Google or Microsoft or Nestle from pulling out their money from the Korean Kospi. What they can do is stop the average Korean household from putting that money into crypto. That's why they did that announcement when they did that announcement, saying that ICOs, leveraged Bitcoin purchases, loans for Bitcoin, Does it make sense now? The major corporations, the conglomerates, didn't have a very hard time convincing legislators, hey, we lost a lot of money to the West, leaving Korea. We can't afford to have Korean money leaving Korea's stock exchange and going into some weird cryptocurrency thing whose ownership is distributed. That's what happened. And that means that you might actually be able to expect some more FUD coming out of Korea. But thankfully, it might not happen. There may not be any more FUD coming out of Korea because all the government offices, they're closed. Just like Kospi. OTC-Bitcoin.org. We manage Bitcoin, we protect your Bitcoin assets, and we grow it through altcoin investments.